say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
We get our necklace says best friends forever.
Make sure you want it to say forever. I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Still Awkward with Sadie. And thank you for searching us down where you can find us. And don't forget, you can follow us across all social media platforms for clips and questions that I like to ask that just pop into my brain and a lot of other different stuff. I post a lot of random stuff, but people seem to be cool with it and they comment back. And I love that. So be sure again to follow on social media. And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
After this 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend. Yeah.
There was no power. And so we couldn't record.
There was no power.
There was literally no power.
My God.
And it's not like I could just pick up the laptop and go somewhere else. It's like a whole system here that I have to be with. And so I was like, well, we suck. There's nothing going to be there Friday. And then
Friday feels like so long ago.
I know
that like I gotta kind of get my bearings here. So this thing's happening where Xcel Energy is calling it a PSP. I don't even know. Public safety service shutoff power. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Long story short, here in Colorado, very dry sometimes, winds kick up out of nowhere, and it ends up being an issue where there's fire danger because power lines could fall down, spark something, and go. Mm-hmm. Completely understandable.
Totally.
Which is why a lot of infrastructure in Colorado recently being built over the last, a couple decades. Mm-hmm. They put power underground. Lots of areas that we live around, power underground. Area that we live in, power underground. Areas that feed the specific area that we live in, power above ground.
You really set that up. You really set that up well in your story.
Thank you. Because I've thought about it a billion times.
Okay, fair.
Not to get on my damn high horse about this, but there's other organizations that have planned for this, have infrastructure for it. Those are actually nonprofit organizations, from what I understand, allegedly. Xcel Energy, for-profit organization.
Oh.
Maybe take some of those for-profits.
Yeah.
And help maybe build some infrastructure where I haven't had to lose power 3 days out of the last 30.
I'm going to, over you talking, play a tiny violin.
Then you don't want me to be on this podcast anymore.
Okay, I'm going to need you to take that angry, no power fire and just keep it away from me.
No, because here's the deal. I understand they're doing it for safety.
Yes.
I get that.
Right.
Understood. That being said, made a lot of money.
Ooh.
Maybe put some infrastructure in, and because other organizations have figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I don't have to do, I don't know. A lot of people work from home. We tried to go to coffee shop after library, after everywhere.
They were full.
Couldn't get a seat anywhere. And oddly enough, had to work.
Yeah.
Had to have meetings.
What do you do? Where do you go?
I literally was taking meetings from my car in a parking lot where I could grab a Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
And again, I understand that's not that's like first world problems, champagne problems, whatever.
Right.
But when you can fix it. And again,
that's when it gets really obnoxious.
That's when it gets obnoxious. Now, if you're going to have all these planned outages.
Okay.
Which I understand, again, safety. There's been fires here where you didn't do that.
Right.
It got crazy. And maybe you had to pay for that. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Fix it. You're a for-profit company. Fix it. Sorry, I'm speaking for the people here because we live.
You're like the guy from Braveheart. You're like
I'm William Wallace. I am William Wallace. because there's so many people. If you guys have had power knocked out, you understand it's a pain in the butt, especially during the workday. If they're just randomly being like, we're going to turn off your power because it's fire.
Because there
safety.
might be,
I don't know, there might be something.
Wind and there might
and
be.
You're like,
it's a lot of might.
I understand the safety. Is there anything you could maybe do to fix that?
No.
Because this is the third time our power got knocked out last month. And people in our area are super pissed.
Well, and I wondered that if that's what it's going to take, just people complaining and complaining and complaining. And then eventually they're like, fine, we'll do better. And maybe that's why we need to complain more, just so it gets up there, you know?
Yeah. Do you think I could go knock on the door like of those guys? I'm like, I have a question.
I think it's a lot of different guys. So.
A lot of different guys. Maybe I can just go door to door and Excel Energy and be like, I have a question.
Why is this the way that it is?
Yeah. And you're going to give me all these fancy reasons for it. And I'm going to say, did you guys make a lot of money last year?
Mm-hmm.
Can you build something for us, please? Because everyone else has figured it out.
I'm going to tell you, Ryan, you have been in what I'd call a mood today.
God bless
all day long. So let me just tell you that I was given recently a writing assignment. It was like super in depth. You had to do like bullet points. It was like a college paper. Okay. And so I get it. And I come up with this great idea that I want to do my thesis on. That's what I'm going to call it, my thesis. And I was so excited. And I told Ryan, and Ryan says to me, there are times in marriage when you just have to be honest with each other.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. I was so excited about this topic. Oh my God, it would have just blown the hats off of everyone in the room. But Ryan's like, sometimes, Sadie, you go a little bit crazy and go weird on your articles. So maybe just wait to show them the crazy. And I've never heard it said in that way, but it kind of makes sense, you know, when like you're starting something new, no matter what it is. Yeah. Everybody's trying to be like, this is how you do this. And we're in from 9 to 5. And you know what I'm talking about? And then there's some of those who are like, after they get comfortable, they're like, here's where I take naps. you know, and so anyway, Ryan told me sometimes you get a little much. And so you need to pull this back and your idea, that's a little much. And I got really disheartened. And there was a part of me as you were talking to me about it, I was like, you're just trying to totally stop my creativity. And what are you doing? You're just dampening me.
No.
And Ryan said no.
And the way I explained it, did it make sense?
Explain it again for the people.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
What else are we here for?
So another way to say hide the crazy for you sometimes is you would also have what we have called, and if anybody understands, if you've ever watched the Chappelle Show, I love you. Maybe you'll get this reference. Remember the skit where he was keeping it real?
I know.
He's like, I keep it real. And every time this guy kept it real, like he's in a bar and someone bumps into him and he's like, Tyrone had two choices. He could have let this go or he could keep it real.
And he always kept it real.
Tyrone's like, I keep it real. And he gets in fights and people just beat the shit out of him. And it takes him like down this path of like where he like lives in his grandmother's basement
because he always kept it real.
And
Ryan always says that I'm Tyrone and I always have to keep it real. And maybe this time you don't have to keep it real.
You keep it real. Like that you are that skit where you're like, I keep it real. You don't say that. But that's what's in your head. I know you.
Right.
And that does not pay off. Not even all the time. Like half the time, it doesn't even pay off.
So what if I would have just sent what was originally in my brain and just sent it off? Would it have been that terrible?
It wouldn't have been that terrible. But that being said, keeping it real, is there a need for that? Right? Because you could have just, all right, here's exactly what needs to be done. No problem.
Yeah.
But you're like, I keep it real. Sometimes maybe that doesn't happen. You don't get in a bar fight, but sometimes you keep it real. You get in a bar fight and someone knocks your teeth out.
What would I do without your knowledge and your foresight? It's very impressive.
Just saying.
Sometimes you got to walk me down and be like, take it down a notch. And
Yeah.
that used to really piss me off, or then I would be like, oh my God, I'm taking it up 4 notches.
Right. But in this analogy, I'm the person behind you in the bar that actually has to fight the fight
Yeah. Fight the fight.
because you keep it real and then I have to fix it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think everybody gets your reference already. You don't have to keep
Keep it
you know,
real.
You're like nailing it to a wall. Anyway.
So that happened this weekend.
Mhm.
I've been in a mood, but you know what I haven't been in a mood about?
What?
Basketball.
Basketball has been amazing. It's been really fun watching the girls play.
We're not-
I'm becoming like this complete psycho
So we can set it up though.
where I scream.
Murphy, our youngest, who's 8, has really taken to basketball.
Yeah.
Like
she has.
she's taken to softball and soccer too, but like the girl wants to play every day. So much that we installed a rim in our house. Like no bullshit. It's on the wall hoop
in the living room.
in the living room. And they had games this weekend
Yeah.
and they did so well. They're playing up. Like, because they're too young to actually play against anybody else. So they're playing up and they're very freaking first game.
They're doing good. They were tied. And I thought,
They're tied.
if we end up with a tie, I'll be happy because everybody wins.
They're tied. And then we called the timeout and drew up a play for her.
Yeah.
And she hit a buzzer beater shot with no time on the clock.
It was like the movie Hoosiers. And I don't want to be those parents who tell stories about their kids and other people.
No. I know. I get it. But what I'm getting to,
Okay.
and I was talking to some other parents that did like, hey, they were, their kids were doing well and super happy about all those things as well. And it just made me think the joy that I get from our daughter doing something
Yeah.
far exceeds anything I ever did for myself. Far exceeds. And like other parents were talking about it too. They're
Yeah.
like one mom was saying she was so happy I could cry.
Yeah.
Seeing her how happy was, it made me want to cry.
It's really fun when your kid gels with a sport and really throws into it, you know?
Yeah.
It's very fun to watch. I love the community. I love all the other parents. I think everybody's so nice to each other and I just dig it. I dig it.
It's awesome. You're new to all this, but you're having fun with it. But just I don't know.
It's
like being
good.
a parent, like it's so weird. I used to think like, oh, I want to achieve this. I want to do this. I want this. Now it's just like, I want them to do as best as they possibly can and have so much fun. And
Yeah,
when
but there's still a part of you that wants to achieve things in your life.
oh no, absolutely. But when they achieve them,
It feels way better.
it's better than when I achieve them. Isn't that weird?
That is weird because I feel the exact opposite.
Oh yeah, you do. You push people down. You keep it real.
I'm Tyrone. That is such a great skit on the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about an injustice. I've been so upset about this, and this is legit first world. I mean, this is disgustingly first world. So if you need to just tune out right now, do what you got to do because it's about to get gross. All right. So we have this trip planned to go to Cancun. I'm turning 43 and I've really thrown myself into like the fitness thing and like super strict diet, no sugar. And Ryan can attest to this. Am I right?
Yeah. No, you've been on it.
I've been on it. I'm doing 90-minute a day workouts. I mean, I don't know what's gotten into me, but here's my thought. I'm only going to be able to look amazingly good for a short amount, like just a little bit more time. Like you look amazingly good when you're in your 20s and a lot of people in their 30s. That's kind of like the time where people either fall off or fall on the wagon. You know what I'm talking about? And some people fall off and on multiple times. But anyway, I'm talking about weight loss here. What was I just talking about?
It's fun to watch you go though.
Oh, are you serious? What was I talking about?
That's so great.
I really do have a problem. What was I talking about? Oh, anyway. Okay. So this fake, I remembered. So I'm just teeing up this story about this vacation. And I was like, you know what? We all need a new wardrobe. And so I jumped my ass on Shein. And this is why you can buy your families brand new wardrobes because you're on Shein. And so everything on there, it's like a dress that would normally be somewhere like $45, $50. And at Shein, it's like $5.99. And I think, damn, it's probably going to melt on me when it rains, but it's kind of worth the risk. So I went on and I'm like, I'm going to get all these dresses and all this stuff for Murphy. I mean, you feel so rich when you shop on these apps, whether it's Temu or Shein. And I was so stoked. I got like an entire week's worth of outfits worn 3 times, like 3 different outfits a day for the whole time we were there. It was like $12.72. It was insanity. And I was so excited. I pressed purchase and I got an email today that everything will be here the day after we leave. And that's the risk
which
to
is
take
like
with Shein.
like multiple like months. It's taking
months.
That long to get here.
It's taking that long to get here. And it's my own damn fault. It's my own fault. Just the moment I begin trusting and opening my heart up to, to one of those apps that just kind of bites me in the ass. And so Temu has always seemed to be a lot more efficient. I've never had a problem with Temu because what they did on Shein is they did this whole bait and switch shit where it was like, it'll leave in 5 to 7 days. And I'm like, okay, that should line up pretty well. And then they're like, just shipped it. It'll be here in February in the middle. And I just think, son of a, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. So I had to go on Amazon, buy the exact same outfits for so much. There was one outfit for Murphy, so cute. It was a 2-piece like pants, like those vacation pants, the cream ones, and then like a top. It was a 2-piece again. And on Shein, it was like $6.99. And on Amazon, it was $35. I don't even buy shit for myself that's $35 for one piece of clothing. But I thought, well, here I go. But I'm going to tell you, it broke my heart and that this shit isn't going to be here in time. And then I had to go on Amazon and spend even more money on the stuff that we need. And Ryan, I'm going to be honest, I don't even think we're done yet.
Really?
Well, you weren't looking at me and I needed to get your attention. Okay, now that I have your attention, thank you very much. I want to talk about the fact that, like I said, I think I've been really, really good. I've curbed my hunger. I don't eat in the morning. I don't eat until afternoon. I drink green tea like all day long, like hot green tea. I'm doing all the stuff that I've seen on, Instagram that I need to do. And I've been working out a ton. And last night we went to dinner and we went to Texas Roadhouse. And as we're going there, I'm thinking in my mind, okay, I think I can get like a little filet, some steamed veggies on the side. And for my other side, I'll just have air. And
you got there and you're like, chicken fried steak and rolls. Bring them. Oh
my God. You know what I said? I said, I haven't had carbs in like 2 weeks and I'm going to do it. I'm just going to.
And I'm glad you did. You've been killing it. You've been doing so well. Take a little break. It's good. Enjoy yourself and then get back.
Well, I'm like a sucker which is so unhealthy, for standing on the scale. I will wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and go over to the scale and weigh myself because I wonder if that little bit of pee might have knocked me down an ounce, which would be amazing. But anyway, one dinner off track. I will say I went off track. When you go to Texas Roadhouse, you have to eat the rolls and the butter. And I was to the point where I'm licking the cup of butter because I'm just like, oh, I haven't had food in forever. And so I went nuts. I had like everything that you should not have and more. And then I thought, okay, that was my monthly meal that I get to enjoy. And then guess what? 3 pounds.
What?
When I woke up, I gained 3 pounds. How do you gain that much from a meal.
Because it's not went through your digestive system.
I'm talking about this morning when
It has not went through. It takes a while.
How long does it take?
Let's go to the internet.
How long does it take? Because I feel like,
How long does it take a meal? Such a hard word to say. Digestive.
I don't know, but I'm just going to fill.
Your digestive system can take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours to fully process a meal.
Okay. And this was a big meal. So let's say it's 72 hours.
Okay.
But if you're here, explain the math to me. If I'm taking 5 pounds of Texas Roadhouse and I'm putting it into my body.
You did not take, it wasn't 5 pounds.
Okay. I know.
You're talking, I know, but you're explaining it like you were a glutton. You didn't even eat all your meal.
Well, but I ate a lot of bread. That's why I didn't finish my
But
meal.
let me tell you, if you're going to have anything to cheat, anything,
Yeah.
aren't Texas Roadhouse rolls the best?
You know what? We were talking last night. We're like, this place always hits. It never misses. It always hits.
It's awesome.
And it's so good. And that's the one place, because we'll go to dinner and I won't eat, or I'll have like a piece of chicken or something like that. And this was the one place where I'm like, I can't.
And we weren't even planning on going there.
I know.
But our daughter, when we're going to go out to dinner, we're going to go someplace nice. She goes, can we do Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah. And I knew I was so screwed. I knew I was. I have control, but then I lose control. You know, it's like when you watch somebody on a bike and they're going smooth and they just start wobbling really bad and then they correct themselves. And that's kind of how I am right now, but that's okay. That's what life is about. It's learning that you're never going to lose weight again because you've turned 40, and it's just that acceptance. You know, the 40s are all about your acceptance because there are a lot of changes. And so you have to be like, all right, well, this is new for me.
More changes than any other decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're only early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, what decade do you think changes the most?
Changes you as a person?
Yeah. Like teens change you a ton.
Teens change a ton.
20s?
I'm literally going to stick to 40s.
More than teens.
Well, for women, I think that a lot of women would agree. Your 40s, shit gets real. Like I always used to hear older people say, it doesn't matter how much I work out, I can't lose any weight.
Okay.
And I would always be like, what? Because I would eat fast food 3 meals a day. And then the next day I'd have like a flat stomach and I'm like, I'll never be that way. And I hate my old self. I would just slap that bitch if I saw her. But anyway, what was I talking about?
We're talking about decades.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, I would have to say 40s is the hardest. You got to get a colonoscopy, which I'm so scared. I'm so scared. You have to do scary things. And you know what? My doctor, when I'd come in, because I'm a hypochondriac, so I'd come in all the time. And he'd be like, Sadie, the odds of you dying at 22, or because I was young when I would go to him, are so astronomical. He doesn't say that anymore. That all of a sudden is no longer in his vernacular, because you know why? We're at the age where I could just drop dead.
No.
Yes.
You could drop it at any age, but it's incredibly rare at 42 years old to do that. Incredibly rare.
Okay, but it's less rare than it was years ago.
Yeah, but it's still minute.
Okay, so here's the deal. Let's take death off the board.
Okay.
When you turn 40 and get into this stage of life, your body literally goes nutsoid. It's like I'd go to bed and I would wake up just drenched in sweat. And it's all these new things where you're like, what even is this? What is this?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Just for your own self-realization. I think hopefully maybe other people are like this. I think that you think wherever you're at is the worst. I've known you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever you're at, you're like, well, this is awful. You're Larry David.
Right. Well, this is what I'm I'm hoping that it's maybe only in the early 40s. And
No. I've known you for 17 years.
You know what? It's
You've
so
always
true.
been like, oh, this is just, can you believe this? You are not a stop and smell the roses type of person. And I
I'm
think
not.
your life, your mindset would benefit from a little of that. Because I
Yeah.
think, what's that Office
But I think
quote? I wish someone would have told me that
those are the best days.
No,
when they
someone
were the
should have
best
told me
days
that
or
those,
something.
you were in the good days while they were actually happening.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. I don't have good days. Something annoys the shit out of me every single day. And I don't know what's going on. And I think that, women would take death off the table, take me being a miserable human off the table. And let's just deal with the fact that you have to admit women go through changes. You start getting a belly where there has never been a belly before. And then you try to work it out. It doesn't want to go anywhere. It's just like this.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Sarate.
I think we've run out of time.
Sarate. There you go.
Damn, I'm
But no,
wound up.
I think you are wound up. I think that you could benefit from
Positive thinking.
a little gratitude of where you're at in the moment.
You're right.
And I really do think that you're always like, well, this is awful.
Mm-hmm.
And you need
I
to
do
practice
that.
some more gratitude in the moment, because looking back on all those awful moments that you experienced,
Those were the good old days.
no shit.
Yeah.
And you're in the good old days now,
Yeah.
but you just fail to realize it.
That was deep.
What is the, you're living a life that 20 years ago you would have prayed for.
Wow, you were quoting a lot of those inspirational
But
things.
that's what it is, right?
Yeah. And it's really true.
20 years ago, they would have said, here's what you get.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. You'd
Yeah.
been like, I would love that.
That's why I'm saying earlier decades suck.
Oh, fuck.
You walked into that.
No. You're living a life now that literally 20 years ago, you'd have been like, if I could have this, that would
I know
be
what you're
perfect.
saying. And you're right. I would.
And literally you're at that.
Yeah.
And just practice some God blessing gratitude with it.
All right. I'm going to work on that in 2026, but I'm already feeling really good about this year. And, that's usually the famous last word, you know what I mean? But I do feel so optimistic. I'm like energized, and I'm going into it thinking, we got this. And I don't know, maybe check with me in 6 weeks and I'll be completely different. Thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors like Christiana Salon Spa, the presenting sponsor of our Friday show, the weekly roundup wrap up. Also, a big thank you to Wilbur's Total Beverage. I love that they are family owned and operated. I love that they are locally owned and operated. And frankly, it's like a very high class liquor store. You always think of liquor stores as like seedy, and there's a guy behind the counter smoking a cigarette, and you're just like lost, and it's dirty, and there's like a weird couple making out in the corner, and you just want to get in and out with your Chardonnay and not get jumped. Nope, not at Wilbur's Total Beverage. It's well lit. It's got an amazing group of people who know what they're talking about, and they're so nice, and they are not cracked out. And it also has a variety of everything you could be looking for. I love going in there because I just walk the aisles up and down just to see what's coming out and what is already out. I love it. It's Wilbur's Total Beverage. Go and see them today. They're in Fort Collins, right off of College Avenue. They are big. They are beautiful. And I love them. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow.